Here are a number of ways that we can use meditation to really help influence change in our life and bring a lot more happiness. If you ask people, why do we meditate? What's the benefits of meditation? Usually we're met with the same answers. It's to reduce stress, it's to calm the mind, it's to clear the thoughts, it's for concentration. Those are common answers, but that's not just what meditation's about. There's so many other benefits to it, and if we understood how we could use meditation for our own lives, I guarantee that we'd be using it a lot more. For me, my number one advice, and no matter what you need to get out of life, meditation will help. It's all about setting an intention before going into that space. I say the silence, but we can also do it with music. But what we're really trying to do is just quieten down the mind. We've got loads of thoughts going on, and by setting intention and actually giving yourself that time to wait for your gut feeling to kick in, you're going to get a lot more answers than you're expecting. I used to write a weekly feature for a local newspaper, and each week I had to work out what I was going to write about. I'd think of the title, and then before going into the meditation, I would then say that in my head and repeat it. I'd let that question go, and I would come out knowing exactly what I need to write next. I would have paragraphs, I'd write them all down, I'd be in a state of flow. It just flew out of me. That's how powerful meditation was. So let me give you some examples that I've had working with clients. I had one guy, he come to me and he has a job where he can now travel around the world. He can work from anywhere, and he said, I want to decide where I want to move to. I asked him to note down 4 countries that sprang to mind that he's been thinking about, and he said America, Spain, Switzerland and Austria. I asked him to tell me the reasons why, and America was excitement, Spain was where friends were, Switzerland was money, and Austria was where his family was. He seemed more set on America. When he come out of the meditation, he knew exactly where he needed to go. So I need to go back to Austria. My family are there, my sister's pregnant, I need to be with my family. But what I also saw was beaches and lots of cities, so I know that I've been travelling, but I need to be in Austria. I had a similar one with another client. He come out of it and says, I know exactly what I need to do. I need to go back to Portugal with the family. It's a knowing. Let me give another example. I had a client who is a best man. He's got a best man speech, and it's in about 3 weeks' time now. But leading up to this speech, a lot of stress. Getting frustrated that he couldn't literally put it on the paper exactly what he wanted to get out. So we set the intention, what's the best man speech going to be like? And I took him through an experience, and he come out. Big smile on his face, and he said, I've been overthinking this. I've been trying to be too clever. I need to make it all about the room. I need to bring this happiness within the room. I need the groom to know what an incredible person he is, because he is so hard on himself, but I want him to feel it. He knew. He comes straight out of it. I have a business owner, got a lot of stuff going on. Business always takes over. It seems to be quite consuming of his life, and a lot of his social time with family, etc. he doesn't get to do too often. We went through the experience, and straight away popped up, needs to get his kid to learn how to use the bike without his stabilizers. They practiced, he hasn't done it in a while, and that definitely needs to happen now. Wrote it down, really happy, and he come away knowing exactly what he needs to do next. And we can do this on a number of things. Sleep. How many of us need to sleep more? How many of us need a better night's sleep? Because we're not being able to stay asleep for that a long amount of time. If you set the intention before going to bed, I am going to sleep amazingly well tonight, and in that meditation I take you through an experience of that feeling of waking up in the morning feeling fresh. People go to bed in a deep, deep sleep. We can do it for healing. We can focus on an area of our body and go into it. We can sit within our body. You can feel the energy around that part. And usually when we're in pain, we pay no attention to it. But energy heals us. So when we are in pain, again, set the intention. What is it you want? Not what you don't want. I don't want to be in pain. You'll just bring more pain to you. Say what you want, but be more specific with it. I want to be able to move freely. I want to be able to start playing football again. I want to be able to run and feel fresh and feel stronger than I ever have before. And again, in the experience, I take you through it, and I get you to visualize and believe that you actually take it there now. At the end of the day, everything is a thought, but it's the feeling that's the most important thing. So I can think and go and visualize in this amazing space, and then I get you to tap into that feeling. What does that actually feel like? You can do it when musicians and artists, anyone creative, take your creation into the meditation first. And when your eyes are closed, creation is infinite. You can literally take it wherever you want to, but again, tap into your feelings where you are creating. And when you come out, you know exactly what you want to do. If you've got sports events coming up, we've got the Olympics. It's high pressure. When our thoughts take over, our body tightens up. When our muscles tighten up, that split second, which all it takes is to win a gold medal, that could be the difference. So again, we can use meditation to take you through these scenarios that once you're in this position of competition, you can handle it. And there's a great story with Chris Hoy, who was the Olympic gold medalist on a number of occasions for Great Britain on the bike. And his psychologist took him through examples of people getting the world record before him, all 12 races before him got the world record, and how would he act and be prepared for it. And when it comes to the Olympics, there were actually people before him that got the world record, and he was put in that pressure, the last rider to go. He said, I was calm. I knew exactly how to get over this because I'd already been through it in my meditation on a number of occasions. Again, it's that feeling. When we're learning, go and meditate beforehand. Go and set the intention to consume all this information that you're just about to be presented with, and how you're going to then utilize that into your own life. And again, you'll be more present that when the information comes, your brain's already processing it of how you're going to use it, which means you're more likely to remember. So these are just a few examples, but meditation can be super fun. Again, when your eyes are closed, you can take your mind wherever you want to. Your thoughts can go wherever they choose to, but the most important thing is the feelings. So whenever you're thinking, try and tap into that feeling. I'm thinking of that, it makes me happy. What is happiness? Where is happiness? I'm thinking of that, that brings me joy. Where is joy? And the more you can start associating with these feelings with what you're thinking, then all of a sudden you can snap out of it when you are having bad thoughts, because that bad thought, that person, that event is bringing up a feeling. So you can go from that thought to this thought and change the feeling straight away, and again, you're in control. Our inner body is alive, and if we tapped into it more and understood how it worked, you'll realise what a miracle our body is, but you'll realise that we are in control of all of it. All we need to do is create the space, create the silence, and then watch the magic happen. So if you'd like to know more on meditation, because there's so many different ways of doing it, come join me on a Think Future Feel Now experience, and I can help you bypass all this clutter, and you connect with your gut feeling, your intuition, and one deeper, that's your soul. And your gut feeling is always right. The problem is when we hear it, we don't listen to it. Usually because there's too much distraction going on that we can't hear it. Or also you hear it and that ego takes over. Now you don't want to do that, you can't do that. What would they say about it? And all of a sudden, that knowing that you should have done it, you get put off by that little voice in your head. So again, meditation helps put the ego to one side. It helps paralyze the ego. And you call it your vacation for your soul. It's your soul's playground, but it gets to express itself within there. And once it's expressing itself, you can hear it from that gut feeling. And then you can start making better choices in your life and enjoy the benefits of meditation.